Welcome to Tales with Blue. This happened to me a few years ago. I worked second shift at the time, getting off at midnight, and would sometimes hit up Denny's after work for a late night dinner. One night, I'm sitting in a booth, reading a book and eating dinner, when I look up and notice a guy at another table sitting by himself and looking at me. I didn't think much of it since he could have just been people watching or something. We make eye contact and he looks away. A little while later, I look up and this guy is staring at me again. Same thing happens, eye contact, and he looks away. At this point, my instincts start to twig a bit. But he hasn't come over to me or anything, so I let it go. Finish eating and get up to pay at the register. He immediately gets up to pay right behind me. Now I'm starting to get a little creeped out. So after I pay, I move over to the side and pretend to be looking for something in my purse. He lingers for a second, then leaves the building. I wait a few minutes to leave, cursing myself that I parked over at the side of the building instead of the windowed front. If this happened today, I'd probably ask an employee to walk me out, but I was young and didn't want to inconvenience anyone. I walk out to my car on high alert and get in. Suddenly, he pulls his car right next to mine and starts to get out. I'm really freaked out at this point, so I hit my door locks and back out of my parking space. There are two ways to exit the lot. A driveway a few feet away going directly onto the service road, which would take me right past his car, or I can go around the building and cross over into the next door Waffle House's parking lot and exit through their driveway. I choose to go around the building, and this guy jumps back into his car and starts following me. I'm panicking now and don't know what to do. I don't want to go home as I don't want this guy to know where I live. Now I would drive to the police station, but didn't think of it at the time. Luckily, that Waffle House next door with a front wall full of windows and a parking space right in front. I pull into the spot, jump out of my car, and literally run into the building. I look back outside and see his car stopped behind mine, and there's this just enraged look on his face. At this point, I'm shaking and nearly hyperventilating. The waitress, and seriously bless them, asked my scared self what was wrong. And I kind of stutter out that I think I'm being followed. One of the waitresses comes around the corner, stands next to me, and just stares down car creep until he moves off. Then she sits me in a booth and gives me a cup of coffee, telling me to wait a little while before heading home. I left about 20 minutes later, and I swear I watched every car on the road to make sure this guy wasn't following me. Never went back to that area after work again, though I did write a thank you note to the waitresses and dropped it off during the day. It scared the shit out of me, but to this day, the thing that makes me angry about it was after telling some friends what happened, a couple of them tried to convince me that he just thought I was cute and wanted to talk to me. No. They didn't see the guy and the look on his face when I got to safety. He wanted to hurt me. Thankfully, he didn't get the chance. This story was found on the Reddit subreddit Letsnotmeet. Please look for the link below. It was written by username takingthestone. This story is really interesting. I do feel like this person's right in thinking that the person in the car wanted to hurt them. I think they'd made a smart decision in driving to the Waffle House. And I think that if I were in that situation, I would have done the same. So kudos to you for being smart and making sure that you stayed safe. And telling someone was definitely the best thing you could do. I hope you never meet this person again. And I hope you never end up in this situation again. Because no one wants their life threatened by some creep who followed you out of a restaurant. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and leave any comments down below if you've been through the same. Thank you for listening to Tales with Blue.